Hey, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Paul Cook. Hope you had a good day. I think we can make it even better. I'm a local radio personality and author, and it's been great, but both of those businesses are challenged a little bit right now. And I got to tell you, for the past few years, I've been searching and searching everywhere for something. But people who know me are like, what's up with you, man? Like you're walking on air. And I do feel that way. It's hard to explain. Luckily, you don't need me to do that. We are very fortunate right now to have somebody who knows all about world ventures and dream trips and is very successful within it. His name is Carter Rethwisch. He's a one-of-a-kind. In our community, he is well known for helping people, helping families, people that haven't had it so great, and bringing a smile to everyone's face. Carter has won lots of national honors. He's a highly educated guy, recognized on CNN for something so rare that he does for the Major League Baseball team, St. Louis Cardinals. And that little company called Anheuser-Busch in St. Louis, Missouri, left all of their email technology for the entire company in Carter's hands. Quite a responsibility. But with that said, I promise you he's a lot more fun than your normal IT guy.
Hey, Paul, thanks for that great intro, and I want to thank you again for helping us out here. It was fun being on with you on your show on KMOX and Y98. A lot of good stuff we've worked on together, and we're going to continue to do so. Welcome to our webinar here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share with you something that I am obviously ecstatically excited about. Being somebody who's fairly well known in the community, I get all kinds of exciting things that people want me to help partake in. I got to be very picky about that, as we all do. But literally, when I finally had a chance to understand what I get the opportunity to work on here, I was blown away. I mean, really, it took me about a half hour to realize when I finally understood what's going on here, what I had my hands on. This is a picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. I've actually been there one time. Went to San Francisco myself, and was on a little vacation awards trip where I was one of the top guys who helped enough people doing some other stuff I've worked on in the past, and I got to go there, all expenses paid. And other than all expenses paid trips, a couple of those trips I've won for certain little things I've worked on, helping people. I don't go on too many vacations, and the reason is vacations are pretty darn expensive. So many of you know me. My name's Carter Rethwisch. I'm the Cardinal Cowboy around here, around the Midwest, and Major League Baseball's favorite fan, one of 21 super fans. But by now I've worked with about 80 different charities, going to another big event coming up here at the Chase tomorrow night, and all kinds of events where I really help the community and do fun things. So now I get to really work on something that's going to change a lot of lives and really help our community. And it's something that's really emerging here in our region, and it's making a huge impact. And so I'll give you a little bit of the background and where I come from, but I literally sat behind my desk, my cubicle, at a what I call a jail cell. I mean, a cubicle for a major corporation for 10 years. That was a great company. Still is a great company. They made major cutbacks. Most people know who I'm talking about when I talk about that little brewery based out of St. Louis. And they got bought out by somebody, and then the security that everybody had told me that I had was gone. And so I went off and started my own company there about a year after that. I went to work for somebody for about a year and a half, and decided, hey man, working for these guys, I can do everything they do, and I'm not going to be beholden to these guys either. That particular endeavor turned into something that really got me excited. But starting my own company, man, it's been up and down and up and down, up and down. And I was really looking for something exciting. How many people, though, now do you know are very familiar with Skype? And what did that replace? Many years ago, Skype came onto the scene and now has replaced long distance. Many people get caught up. How many people remember you had to wait till 10 o'clock at night to do a phone call because the services, for your long distance service were a lot cheaper at night. And that's just, Skype just totally replaced and upended the whole long distance industry. Now we've seen where Uber has really kind of taken over. Uber is really where it's at. with regard to taxi and transportation service. Again, now you don't have to own a taxi, right? You don't have to you own your own car. The taxi services are really now, because the cars are already paid for. There's no maintenance. There's no insurance necessary. Somebody just grabs their cell phone and they can become a taxi driver / Uber driver that night if they want to start doing that. And then video rentals. We all remember video. Video was the way you could go with, you got your Blockbuster stuff and you had to return your video each night. And then Netflix came onto the scene and then upended that entire industry. Now, the new upending of an industry is coming through a company that's created a product called Dream Trips. And Dream Trips is now the way people travel, with now over 1 million members they have as a result of their incredible growth. And they've been around actually for 10 years. But this, in their 10th year, the company responsible for putting this together is called World Ventures, and they now will double. They have doubled this year what took them 10 years to build. And so we are on the edge of something exciting, and that's where I'm really excited to be part of this. The program is available in 27 countries, and including everything in the United States, all 50 states. So the old way of traveling is really gone. I mean, how many people spend hours and hours doing Travelocity, all your web-based stuff, travel with Expedia, you name it, Kayak, and you don't really know what your expectations versus the reality are going to be until you actually show up. Did you get a 4-star hotel or did you get a 4-roach hotel? And what kind of experience is this thing really? And of course, then, did you get the best deal? Do you really know? And how many people they thought got the greatest deal, and they're sitting next to somebody and they found out somebody else had a better deal? Well, this is what we call a stress-free vacation. I've been on one of the most incredible trips already with these guys. Mine was actually 100% paid for because I had just helped by referring it to some friends and earned points by doing so. But it's been around now for 10 years, and like I said, in 27 countries. What's awesome about this is it's all planned and set up for you, so it makes your life a lot easier, and they guarantee that you're going to get the lowest price. They do this by leveraging the power of mass bulk purchasing. How many people are familiar with Sam's and Costco? I mean, raise your hand to yourself there quietly if you know you have a Sam's or Costco membership. Why do you spend $100 every year just so you can have access to this store? And it's because they buy in such mass quantities. They buy in such bulk that when you buy whatever it is that you're buying at Sam's or Costco, you got a pretty substantial savings on your peanut butter, toilet paper. They sell televisions. And they get that super huge discount because they didn't just buy, 15 cases of water. They bought an entire warehouse of water. But now you can buy a case of bottled water for $3 instead of $1 per bottle like you get at the gas station. And that's really the leverage that has been put in place here, but they're doing it in an industry that is so much more exciting and a little bit more lucrative from the, hey, look how much money is involved here for them. But it's literally, thousands of dollars people spend per trip. But we're going to show you some of the price differential you get because they buy 300, 400, 600 rooms at a time per vacation. And now with hundreds of thousands of members, and we're up into the millions of members now, the buying power we have is incredible. So that allows you as a member to take advantage of a huge, huge discount on these vacations, and they're all set up and taken care of for you. It's really just first come, first serve. And it's places you want to go all over the place. This year, over 11,000 vacations they're going to have completed by the end of 2016. Next year, 25,000 trips. The first year they were around, they actually did this with only 8 trips. Second year, around 200, and it has obviously grown like bonkers since then. This thing will take over, and pretty soon people will say, wait, you actually paid for a vacation? We'll explain that as we go here a little further. But it's literally the power of leveraged buying through bulk purchasing. And if you want access to it, you got to be a member. That's it. That's going to change here shortly, and we're going to give you an update launching in January. This is going to be crazy. That's why I'm so excited, because when this thing goes to the public, and membership is not required, you won't get as good a price as you will as a member. But then it's just gangbusters. Who can refer somebody the fastest to help get their vacation paid for. And for those of us who want to make a lot of money, take advantage of doing that. And that is where this thing will really launch to the atmosphere. And I'm just glad to be involved now. I wish I'd have started on this sooner.
And we'll show you how that works. So here it is. So the concept, again, is margin versus membership. People will go to Sam's and Costco specifically to buy the same thing that they could buy at Target, even if the price is the same, just because they already paid their membership and they don't want to waste that resource. Now, they know they're often, almost always going to get that item cheaper at Sam's and Costco. So the membership is what the company makes their money off of, not the margin that Target and Walmart have to charge to do that. Same true here for these trips, these vacations. There's about 11,000 of them. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. They have the dream price promise, and that is a guarantee. If you find a lower price for the same vacation somewhere else, for the same location, the same amenities, the same offering, same inclusions, somewhere else, they'll buy that trip for you and send you on that trip for free. I believe the company's only had to do that a couple times. But it's really about the experience. It's hosted, many extras. For me, the extras I got to go to. How many people like the extras? The extra, I went to the vacation. I went to the hotel, a suite that I got to stay in. But the extra was, I went to the All-Star game. That was pretty cool extra that got thrown in, right? I also went to the home run derby and the celebrity game. But it's also swimming with the dolphins, snorkeling, golf, you name it, all kinds of inclusions that you would actually pay extra for many times. Almost every time you see that, if you just put together your own package, obviously. They're all reservations and planning is taken care of for you, and includes your whole household. All the kids, wife, kids, under the same household are covered for the membership. So there's 3 different membership programs. There's the basic, gold, and platinum. We'll talk a little bit more about the differences about those here in a minute. But there's something really cool, and this is what I got most excited about, and that was the way you can earn your way to a vacation. And that was when I got super, super excited. I knew I had a great deal. That was guaranteed. But when I ended up going to the All-Star game for nothing more than sharing this same membership with a few of my friends and earning points by doing so, I earned enough points to get the trip for free. They had enough points earned to get the trip completely paid for. That is the way to vacation. So how many people do have a bucket list, things that you would like to do that are on your bucket list that, sometime you want to go on, but now you just can't afford to drop. I wasn't going to drop $3,600 to go to the All-Star game with my hotel and expenses and the celebrity game and the home run derby. That's what this package would have cost me $4,400 to do it myself. But when I could get it for $3,600 and then I got a discount off of that, and strictly because I referred it to people, I ended up doing even better than that. But so many people now, you can afford to go to Hawaii. You can afford to go to the Appalachians. You can afford to go to Cancun because of that bulk purchasing power that we have, and start checking off those items off of your bucket list. Here's a couple of examples. This is not a 4-star hotel. This is a 4-diamond hotel. How many people have ever seen a diamond hotel? Well, this is it. That's an infinity pool area. You see the lounge area here. These rooms at this particular hotel are between 1,600 and 1,800 square feet. All right. The rooms go for $800, $1,000 a night. But you can see here, you're getting 4 nights for a total of $1,318, and you can take off 200 points there. If you take a look at that, at the blue chip number there, that 200 points you can take off of that. We'll explain that a little bit more too. So this thing gets down to be $1,118. That's sometimes what they charge, close to what they charge per night, or maybe, let's say, just to be fair, 2 nights. But here you're getting 4 nights, but it also includes all-inclusive stuff. So you get your dinner, your drinks. You also get your drinks. And how many people know that your buddies will go out and spend $100 a night just on drinks? But that's included. A tour, encounter with the sea lions, in this case, instead of snorkeling, encounter catamaran on the Yelpa, and beach club access. I know a lot of these resorts charge $35 just to have access through their resort to go to the beach. But that one's awesome. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to go on this one. I haven't been on a cruise my entire life. I didn't want it to. These cruises were $2,500, $3,000. Here's one, 6 days, 5 nights, $249 per person. But for 2 people, it's $298, obviously, but 100 points you can take off of that. So we'll explain again how the 100 points works by doing that. But it's just because you remember you'll have access to this, and your membership fees go towards the trips. That's really cool. That's what we're explaining with the points. This is a Caribbean cruise, 6 days, 5 nights, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all included. You guys understand that? You're talking about 5 nights, about if it was $500, it'd be $100 a night. So it's about $50 a night per person. That includes your food and your lunch and your breakfast and your dinner and your drinks, access to the adult retreat and to the casino. You can't spend that kind of, you couldn't get a Motel 6 where I live in Fenton, where I grew up in Fenton, for that price, much less including all the food and everything. So pretty awesome. People like to ski. I've done a little skiing myself. The lift tickets alone cost us $120 for me, just for me. My mom was there. My dad was there. My sister was there. We spent $500 just for the 4 of us. So this includes 2 ski pass lift tickets for 3 days each, just for the ski lift passes, the snowboard passes. It's 4 nights. Do the pricing. Just if you just got the ski lift passes for 2 people, $125 a day. That's $300. I'm sorry, $250 a day times 3 nights. That's $750 just in lift passes. The whole trip with $200, 210 points off is a little over $900, and you're staying in a 4 or 5 star hotel in Aspen, Colorado. How cool is that? So how many people want to go to Dubai, the tallest hotel in the world, I believe, resides there? Just 1 night in Dubai can cost close to what you see here. 360 points you can take off of that. It's 5 days, 4 nights for a total, you can see up here, $728 per person. 5 breakfasts, 2 dinners included, water park and an aquarium, obviously there that you can enjoy also. This is something that's similar to what I did with the All-Star game, but this is for the Final Four. I believe every major sporting event they've got, the Super Bowl, the World Series, the NBA Finals. This is for the Final Four, college basketball. 300 level seats. I know those go for that game anywhere from $600 to $700 just to get the tickets at that level. You get to go to the Final Four Fan Fest and a bunch of other inclusions. This is for 4 nights. Now, I was a platinum, and so sometimes they extend 1 more night. Because I was a platinum, I got 1 more night included for the same price, and we'll explain the differences between those shortly here. But keep that in mind. But it's $3,800. Like I said, these things range at least that much, but you can take 990 points off of that. And there's a way, just by referring it to some friends, you can get it for free, which I earned. And I'll talk a little bit more about that if you want to do that. $1,159 per person. This is in Maui, Hawaii. All right, the Sheraton Maui Resort and Spa. 5 breakfast, lunch, ocean center tour, Atlanta submarine tour, resort photo session, and some other cool stuff there. But everybody I know, and I stayed at the Grand Wailea. Again, I've only vacationed a couple times in my life because I got to go on some incredible situation where like I had to sit there while the girl I was dating was in seminars all day running the thing, and I got to tag along with her. But the hotel went for $500 a night for the Grand Wailea at least. You can see at that rate, you'd be $2,500 just for the room, not much less all these. And this is a resort that rivals that. 420 points you take off of that. It's crazy how much money you can save. Here's some real life examples and comparisons. All right, La Parker Meridian. Yes, this is one of the premier hotels in New York City. $722 a night, 3 nights, $2,100. Manhattan Statue of Liberty cruise, $130 because there's $65 cost per person. Go see a Broadway show. You're not going to find too many tickets for $96, but if you do, you get 2 tickets. You're at $191. Breakfast buffet, do that a couple times. You're up to 3 days, $240 spent there, and tickets to the Metropolitan Art Museum. $50 just for 2 people. Hotel credit they throw into. You're spending $2,777. That's not a bad deal, right? That's something a lot of people are willing to pay to go on such an extravagant resort, 4 or 5 star hotel in this case, and what a deal, right? But we do that same exact package with all of what you see included there for $538. This is not a joke. This is not anything where you got to sit through anything. This is just because you get to be a member, you go. You pick the vacations you want to go on, you're a member, you go and you enjoy the same exact thing you would have done there. Orlando, Florida. How many people have been to Orlando and seeing, here's your Disney Hopper Pass, right? Walt Disney, Disney World, Disneyland, whichever one they got down there, right? $282 a night. Gaylord Palms, one of the nicest resorts around the world, number of different locations. I've never stayed there because it was out of my budget. But 3 nights, $846. The Hopper Pass, $155 a person. Breakfast buffet daily, $40 a person. Couple days. This is for obviously 3 days. Airboat transportation tour, $100. You're easily $1,496 all day. That's a great deal. Do that through Expedia or whatever you like. We buy in bulk. We can do the same thing for $538. If this were true, and whether you believe it or not, I'm telling you, I know it is. Why would you do it any other way? You can buy it with these kind of discounts. How many people like to give back and help a little bit? Many of you know what I do as the Cardinal Cowboy, and by now I've counted over 80 charities that I've worked with or I made appearances for, or been the little guest host, celebrity guy to take pictures with people and do fun stuff. But these guys, when I saw they were tied in with a couple of the organizations I was already working with, the Boys and Girls Club being one. And so I've already contacted the Boys and Girls Club here that I've worked with. We're working right now on doing something cool. See this down here where it says Dream Courts? Yeah, Derek Jeter recently just built one of the Dream Courts through this exact same program. The Nancy Lieberman program is the one doing this. She's a former basketball player, coach, and she's the only female in the NBA Hall of Fame. And she's running this Dream Courts program. It's her thing. We've partnered with her, and Derek Jeter just did one. Well, I've got the works. We're working on this right now. It's just in the infancy stages, but I talked to people at Boys and Girls Club. We're going to try to get one of those built here shortly in the next few months, maybe next year, to get that done. But that's awesome. One of the awesome things they do. They also build bottle schools down in Guatemala. And a couple of my friends have worked on those and helped build those. But Guatemala's schooling system is not what it is in the United States. And we build those schools for people. But you can see now have raised over $5 million through our volunteers and World Ventures Foundation. A couple more examples. This is actually the Bottle School volunteer. We call these volunteers. 6 nights, you get to enjoy San Martin, Guatemala, and for 1 day, you will spend actually building a bottle school. 6,500 of these bottles are packed together, thereby removing the trash from their community because they don't have the best waste recycling system. And so they take the trash, pack it into these bottles that are also being wasted, turn them into bricks, essentially, build them into the wall, and make these virtually unpenetrable walls that you will find that are stronger than anything I see here in the house. My house doesn't have that kind of a wall, but that's how they make these schools in Guatemala, and you get to help to do that. And everything you see included there for $11.99. A lot of people get started with this, and they realize this thing is pretty cool, but we know that once people experience it, they don't leave, right? They want to be part of this for as long as they possibly can. And we've had members now that have been members for almost 11 years. The company is almost 11 years old. We're in our 10th year right now. But if you are new as a member, in their first 90 days, they offer a welcome dream trip. And these welcome dream trips go at an additional discount to people. And when you see these prices, it's crazy how cheap these things are. Here is another welcome dream trip to New York. 4 days, 3 nights, daily breakfast, a trip to Broadway. I mean, who knows of anywhere you can get a hotel for 1 night for $249 in New York. But here you are for 1 person, and then you're going to end up getting 2 people for this. So you're talking $500. If as a new member or existing member, it's $349 minus your $50. That's 1 night in most parts of New York. And so you're getting 3 nights for a total there of what you see would be $600, $700, or even $500 if you're a member. 4 days, 3 nights. This is a Universal Park dream ticket trip, and you get a Hopper Pass there for them, or the Universal Pass there. Round trip transportation to the park and the hotel. Again, 3 nights includes the park ticket, which goes for $150 per person, $219. If you wait after 90 days, you're at $309, but you can take 75 points off of that in Orlando, Florida. Now, the cool thing that really most people appreciate and enjoy is, it's not just your own dream trip, which is awesome. It's also any other kind of vacation hotel you want to put together yourself or do on your own. And you can book your own flights too. So how many people book their flights through Expedia, Travelocity? Now you have your own booking engine. Guess what? If you're a member, and there's another piece to this you can do where you can actually refer it and make some money. You can get paid for going to hotels. You can get paid for sharing. There's a hotel commission paid every time somebody rents a room, which is who's a commission go to. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but you book it right through here. You can see you can get your flights, your hotels, car rentals, a bunch of activities, cruises, and they actually even have the timeshares that nobody wants to get signed up for. You don't have to be a timeshare member. This is a month-to-month product, a month-to-month membership, and you don't have to drop to $10,000 to be a member. But the timeshares that people don't use, we get access to them. That makes this incredible. So flights, hotels, rental cars, all that fun stuff. The coolest thing about this then is that you also have a unique technology called Rate Shrinker. Rate Shrinker allows you to know you're always getting the lowest price. The way that works is you buy your ticket, let's say for your flight, for $390 3 weeks in advance. Very likely that price will have dropped. You don't have to play this game. Oh, should I wait a week in advance? Should I do it at 7 days? Should I do this at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday? None of that you have to do, because if the price does drop, they automatically reissue the ticket to you at the new price, and they credit back to you the difference. If you got that ticket for $250, the system did that for you, and you bought it for $390, that's $140 you just got back that you didn't have to wait up till midnight to get. You're always going to get the lowest price. Buy your ticket as early as you like, and whenever that price drops, it'll automatically, every hour on the hour, check to see if your ticket price has dropped, and then reissue that difference back to your credit card. Then again, that net rates for gold and platinum members. If you're a gold or platinum member, you get access to this, and that's what makes that gold membership and platinum membership so exciting. How many people shop, right? Everybody shops. Now you can buy things and earn credit towards your next vacation, buying the things you were going to buy anyway. Anybody go to Best Buy? Anybody go to Target? Okay, if you don't, do it through Sam's, right? But you go to Target, there's discounts between 1 and 30% credit back they give you towards travel that go from over 1,000 retail stores. You can also then eat your way to a vacation, and we'll show you how the points add up for that. But anywhere up to 40 and even as much as 50% of your ticket price goes towards your vacation. I think I'm going to eat out every night by now. The way I did this, though, as I mentioned early on, I had about 20, not 2,000. It's not like your reward points you get through your credit card. You spend $12,000 and you get 120 points, right? Nothing like that. It's $1 per point. So if you have 400 points you've earned because you've referred to platinums, we'll show you that. That's $400 towards your next trip that you've earned just by referring to people. Well, I ended up with about 4,000 points before I went to the All-Star game, and that was just 20 friends to do that. And I just love to share good things with my friends to save them money, and you happen to get rewarded for that too. And I'll explain that a little bit more here in a minute. Here are the different membership options. A lot of people love just to be able to have access to the dream trips themselves. By the time you check out the other gold and platinum, you'll see why most people do the gold or the platinum. But if you just want to get on a lower budget entry into this thing and you just want access to the trips, you don't care about booking your own flights and getting the best deal and all that, which makes no sense. Not do, but some people just want to get access to the dream trips. Over 5,000 trips already this year. By the end of the year, we'll have close to 11,000 trips that will have happened. You know, first year there were 8, second year 200, and on up. And by now, next year they're predicting about 20 to 25,000 trips through our program that people will be able to take, because we already have over 1 million members. But for that, Dream Trips alone, if you just want to have access to Dream, it's $99 one time. That's a one-time charge. That $99 goes immediately available to your vacation that you want to book through Dream Trips. So you're just taking it out of your checking account and passing it over to your travel savings account, if you will, that's with World Ventures through Dream Trips. And so the money is just transferring from one pocket to the other. That allows you to now take that same amount of money and put it towards a trip. Then it's $24.99 a month, also all of which goes towards a trip. How many people have been to the gym and you spend $25 every month to go to the gym, but if you didn't go to the gym, you still had to pay the $25? Much less if you went to the gym, they didn't give you $25 towards, gym clothes or workout training, right? you spent the $25 just to have access. Well, we take all of those dollars that you spend and actually just put them right directly towards your trips. The $24 goes in per month, and at the end of 12 months, all 24 times 12 months will be available for you to use as long as you've been in for 12 months, and you apply that would add up to $300 at the end of 1 year. But that $99 is available immediately. Most people then quickly transfer to the gold. Now the gold is the most popular package because it's relatively, $50 a month. And I'll show you how you get that free real easily. But $50 a month, $200 one time, and that one time $200 again is going towards a trip you're going to take anyway. You just now have access to these trips that are, up to 70% off of what you'll find out there on the net. But 24-hour concierge available that you can call anytime to ask directions, to ask if there's a movie available, to check the price on a television. And they will help you with all of those, any kind of concierge related stuff. You want to have having your own personal concierge program. You have the dining program where you can earn yourself your dream trips by going to eat. You get those entertainment discounts, online mall again. Now you get those net rates again for when you get a hotel room, you're buying it from yourself. You get a discount by doing it, and then rate shrinker to make sure you always got. That's $50 one time, and then $200. I'm sorry, $50 monthly, and then $200 one time. Which leads us to now the platinum. And if you understand what the platinum offers, this is where most all of my friends came in at a platinum, and you can see why. You get access to the trips before everybody else. You get upgraded transfers to the hotel. Get that black car, get that limousine sometimes, but a really nice transportation instead of the bus. You get to ride in the big SUV, private SUV. Early check-in and check-out late. Isn't that cool? How many people say, I had a little bit too much fun last night. Can you give me a couple extra hours to check out? 50% off room upgrades. That's huge. How many people say, I want the biggest, most awesome room you got? You get a 50% off upgrade option there. Platinum perks, like we're talking about. Exclusive platinum dream trips. So some of these dream trips are only available to platinum members. The emergency evacuation is incredible because how many people have actually seen where somebody had to spend $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to get emergency evac out of South County, right, for an accident, to go to a hospital in the St. Louis area, right? Well, that would be expensive, but imagine doing that out of another country because you don't want to go through that country's medical system and you want to get back to the United States. This covers all of those costs. I know stories of people that are using this program that have been flown on a private jet from the foreign country they're in back to the United States where they wanted to go to the hospital they wanted to go to. You get to apply 20% more points. You also get roadside assistance, and this is not listed on here, roadside assistance and identity theft protection, as well as what you see there, teledocs. Have I said enough already about this for $99? People would pay for all of those services just to have for the $99 a month, but it includes that $99 is going towards your trip. The $299 one time, again, $299 is going towards a trip. It just, did you put $100 towards it? Did you put $200 towards it? Or did you put $300 towards it? But that teledocs program is incredible. You have access to a certified doctor, a board doctor, and you call in rather having to wait to go to the emergency room or go to the doctor's office. In this case, you'd also be going to the doctor's office. If it's an emergency, go to the emergency room. But if you're going to the doctor's office, you don't have to wait in line and go sit around a bunch of sick people. They'll prescribe something for you over the phone. Go pick it up at your local Walgreens or CVS, and you don't have to pay the copay because you have teledocs. Takes a few minutes to get that set up, and now you have access. Teledocs, some people charge close to $99 a month just for that service, depending who's offering that program. So 1,200 points you earn by the end of the year with that. So those are the three different membership levels. Now here's where it gets kind of exciting. We want to show people how they earn these points, right? So remember, you put your initial $100 up, that's immediately available, and you're putting $25 a month, all of which is going towards a cloud, either $200 and then $50, or then $300 and then $100 a month going into the cloud. What's really, really awesome, and I took advantage of this. I actually had 5 of my friends decided to come in and travel the world with me, get in be a member with me. It took me a half an hour to get 5. Now, if you count, I did sleep. I had 3 that evening where I understood what this program was about. I saw a little seminar, what they did about it. And then I had 3 people sign up that evening. I called 2 more. They showed up the next morning at my house. And I had 5 people, literally, if you don't count the 8 hours I slept, 5 people signed up in about 30 minutes after I first got my hands on this thing and understood everything about it and was actually a member actively doing my membership. But what's cool is because I referred 4 of my friends, 5 actually, I don't pay my membership fee anymore. You guys understand what that means? Let me explain, because it's better than it made it sound with just saying that. You don't have to pay the membership, but guess what? They still put the membership money into your travel savings account, into your cloud. So if you've got the basic, the gold, or the platinum, that's either $25, $50, or $100 every month going into your cloud that you don't have to put in, and it's only because you've referred it to 4 people, period. Not 4 people a month, not 4 people a year, 4 members who maintain their membership. You get your membership now waived, no charge, and then that money still goes into your cloud. So who doesn't want an extra $300, $600, or $1,200 every year for free on trips that are already greatly, greatly discounted? You're buying at wholesale rather than retail. You do that through you can earn points also through these retailers we talked about. It's everything. It's Bed Bath & Beyond, Victoria's Secret, Best Buy, over 1,000. I think they're up to 1,400 retailers now, and that will help you pay for your flights and earn Rovia bucks, and Rovia is our booking engine. Here's another example. This is from the company. I got to talk to the founder of our company in a little meeting I had with Wayne Nugent, is the founder of our company, and he said to me, Carter, guys, he was talking to a small group of about 6 of us who were meeting with him. Realize they're going to offer between 40 and 50% back in points. 20% coming from the restaurant. They spend 20% on advertising anyway, but here it's pretty much guaranteed money because you don't get that discount unless you bought something. As a matter of fact, the more you buy from them, the more discount you get, but that's just more money for them, but more money going back into your account in the form of Dream Points. And then the other half comes from World Ventures. So if you see there 40 Dream Trip points, 40 Dream Trip points on a $100 bill. Wait a minute. Some of these trips are $300. How many people will go to dinner 8 times this month, earning $40 per dinner on average, as demonstrated here? And this program's coming out. It's not in every city just yet, and it's coming to St. Louis. It's coming around the country. It's based out of Dallas. I know they've got a lot of places in Dallas already on this. That's $320 you just earned to go towards a trip. We'll talk about how that gets applied. So here it is. If you like to refer things, if you like to help people, and this is one where I go, who honestly, and this is where I get a little bit of my empathetic, look, man, I'm going to help everybody I can. Everybody knows what the Cardinal Cowboy thing is about, why I do what I do. I survived a coma. I'm lucky to be here. So when I see things like this that can really change families' lives, give them the opportunity to go on vacation, spend quality time together, I'm all over it. And so you can see here, I didn't have too many people refer in for the standard Dream Trip package, which you do get 50 points for that. I had a couple people come in at the gold, but most of the people that I showed this to, they wanted that platinum. And that's how I earned $200, 200, which transfers in, or 200 points, which turns into $200 off of the price of your dream trips. So 200 points, $200 you can take off of that price for these dream trips per person referred. Well, I had done 20 of those in the first, I think we figured out it was the first 9 weeks. 20 of my friends had decided to join me with this. That gave me, I ended up with 4,000 points. Well, that more than paid for my, once you hit 3,000 is the executive level, then you can pay for the whole trip. We'll talk more about that if you want to ask me directly how that works. That's the way to do this thing, but certainly take advantage of the discounts you get without even doing that. But remember, if you refer it to just 4 people, your monthly fees are waived. That's incredible. Take advantage of that. So we talked a little bit about the concierge. Here's the things you get with the concierge. It's not just when you're traveling either. You get wake-up calls when you're just staying at your friend's house. If you need driving directions, all kinds of exciting things, tea times, so much more. Here is the world's record largest ever resort takeover that was done by Dream Trips through World Ventures. You can see my good friend Don, and I think Dwight was in this too. Maybe Dwight can let us know if he was at this one. But Dwight is a good friend by now, and Dwight is one of the founding members in this organization who I get to talk to and work with daily. One of the first 9, I believe, that helped this thing start 10 years ago. And then Don Morton is his friend that I work with, also the one that introduced this to me. And Don, and I know Don is in there. He's the one holding the blue sign. You guys see him there with the blue sign? Little humor, but he is in that picture, and that's the Guinness Book. And this is what we do. We take over resorts. I was recently at another little training that I got to go to that was included with what I'm doing here because I want to make a living at this. And we had 90% of the hotel were dream trippers and people who were there because of dream trips. So this rewards program really gives you the opportunity to travel the world. St. Augustine is quoted as saying, "The world is a book, and those who do not travel only read one page." I mean, isn't that so much the case, ladies and gentlemen? You end up with a daily routine where you go to the same job. For me, it was sitting in the same cubicle. I called it a jail cell. I did get 1 hour to leave my cubicle for lunch. And then I had to be right back in that cubicle every day, 5 days a week. I did that for 10 years. I can't imagine doing that. And just go out and travel. Even if you don't want to make this something you do with the rest of your life, at least go out and travel the world. And that's where you can really make a difference. This is where I talk about this part of what we're doing here is where you can make some money to help pay the bills. You can make some real substantial money, which is what I'm going for, because I see the way this works. There's no real competitor out there at all that's even anything in the same arena that offers this thing, which is awesome when you have a product with virtually no competition. So I'm going to go help as many families as I can and make this a lifestyle for me. But it's really a matter of looking at the right opportunity at the right time. You know, this thing didn't exist 11 years ago. Well, and now it does. There's nobody else that's doing this thing. There's still, Travelocity, Expedia is owned by Bill Gates. William Shatner makes money off of everybody who books through Travelocity. Well, here's where you have the opportunity to be the person who's got their little stake in this thing and share it with people. At 1 million members right now, we're just barely getting known. Now, having 1 million members is fairly substantial, but to have this thing expected to double and triple, and I'm not going to even start to speculate. I know what they've built the new app to handle, and it's way beyond 1 million. Trust me. The new app is going to change the way we travel, and that's coming around the corner. We'll talk more about that if you want to ask me about that. And that's the game changer that's about to happen. But travel is obviously it is the largest industry in the world. Oil, pharmaceuticals, and food are the next three. All three combined don't equal what travel is at $8 trillion. Since 2008, when we've had our down recession and all of that, and now we're 8 years later, this industry is grown by $2 trillion from where it was at $6 trillion back then. We're the world leader in the category. What is your plan B? And for me, I saw this as something I could definitely help some people with and make a few extra bucks. Then I saw how popular it was and how incredible response I got, and I'm dedicated to make this my life's mission. Maybe you'll join me. There is the corporate office. Wayne's office, I believe we were up in here in this part of the building. I believe that's where Wayne's office is that we sat in. But this is now over 600 employees, and this building is at capacity. They're actually expanding beyond this. It's in Plano, Texas. Again, we're in all 50 states, 27 markets around the world. We're now number 677 on the Inc. 5,000's fastest growing, and now number 32 on the DSA. And those other businesses on the DSA are all companies you are very familiar with, and we're up to number 32 on that list, which is incredible to be that high up on that list. So for a lot of people, this is really a matter of, is this something you want to do part-time, or you just want to do it really in your spare time, or is it something you want to do full-time? I'm really kind of in between part-time and full-time. I'm so adamant about this thing because I see the way it's going to change my life and all the people I care about. And by now I've got 45 of my friends that have joined to be members with me, and also decided to be reps. Now, these are a couple actual reps. The rep piece, again, is completely optional. And I want to reiterate, it's optional, but I think it's crazy to not do it if you understand what's at stake here and the other benefits you get from being a rep. But I'm doing this thing full-time as much as I can, because I know in a very short period of time, I know how long it's taken some of the top leaders to get where they're at. And I can just think, wow, if it took me, 2 years, 3 years, 7 years, would it be worth it? Of course it would be, to have something that you make a residual income off of every day, whether you decide to work or not, if you've put what it takes into making this thing happen. So here's what it costs. It's a one-time fee of $99. Think about that. I want to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. After I quit my last job, or was a little disagreement with them, they didn't like that I was going to go to their agency side, still with the same company, but another guy said, hey, that revenue's come out of my pocket. So we just decided to part ways. Let's just say it that way. I went off and started my own franchise through internet marketing. These guys took $40,000 out of my pocket only for me to find out a few weeks later that it was not worth it, but I was already in. They kind of misrepresented the way the product worked and what they were doing and how I was going to get saved. And it cost me $40,000 for nothing. Where can you start a business for $99 one time, right? That's a one-time charge of $99. And if it's business for you, which this is for everybody, that's a tax deduction. You can write that off as a business expense. Of course, talk to your accountant about that. I talked to mine and I got the details there specifically. And then it's $20 a month. What's really cool though, they have this entire office that manages everything for you behind the scenes for $20, is that if you, I'm gonna go back here, if you do refer this to 4 people, you're now also getting the $20 a month for free. $20 a month now also waived. So now you're at a point where you get a membership of $25, $50, or $100 for free and your business for free. Who could imagine having a business that has zero overhead? You don't have to pack stuff in your garage. You don't have to put in your cabinets. You don't have to line up. You can't put a barge, a ship, a cruise ship, an airplane in your garage. None of that's necessary. $20 each month, and that's waived if you refer it to just 4 people. The cool thing about this, and believe me, I am not any means a travel expert, especially 6 months ago before I got involved with this. I've learned quite a bit about travel. I don't know much about this business 6 months ago, obviously, but the training they have is exceptional. I was at this training. That is a turf floor you see there, and they made a green stage. That's Mark Azzetta. This is Momentum. If I recognize this picture from Arizona where I was at, that's a packed stadium where the Phoenix Coyotes play, right next to where the Arizona Cardinals just had, they didn't play in the Super Bowl, but they had the Super Bowl across the street in the same dome that we were across the street from. But this is where the Phoenix Coyotes play, about 17,000 seats, filled up the whole building here, as you can tell. And they have the best training you can imagine with the top leaders in the company, in the world, that show you how simple. And I mean, if you have to convince someone to go on a vacation at an incredible discount, then maybe this isn't the right business for someone. But and especially those who wouldn't want to take advantage of that. That for me was the biggest no-brainer. But this thing is so easy to do if you just use the system and go through the training. There are no guarantees, right? This is something that's strictly like life. If you put the time and energy into this, you will get the results if you follow the system. But many people don't want to work hard. They're complacent with their job where they're at, and they are complacent with working 40 years to make $40,000 and then retire on 40% of what they made. That's tough to do. I was never going to do that. Many of you know I was in a coma. I have a different perspective on life than just about anyone based on that. I hope not everybody has to go through a coma, but I know what's important in life. I know I wasn't put on this planet to make money for somebody else every day. I wasn't put on this planet to do that, to make somebody else wealthy. And I knew there was a way for me to do something. I started my own business, and it's been up and down and up and down. And then I saw the system. I was like, wow, this system will get you there. You just have to follow the system. It's the largest industry in the world. If you work at it, you can do it. So with that, we share with you the actual income disclosure. 2016 is our year right now. Obviously, the year's not over yet, but they do have the numbers from last year. And here they are. And you can see many people just enroll and then become a rep, and they make a few bucks. Wouldn't it be worth it just for that? And then the other benefits you can gain by running your own business. Talk to your tax accountant about the benefits you have in running your own business and some of the tax benefits you get there. But as an active rep, you can see here, I'm looking at the average commissions, and I'm up here. I'm a senior rep. I'm close to director already, and that was been in about 6 months. It's taken me to get there while I'm running my other business at the same time. I'm very close then to marketing director, where I'll hit not too far from now. Anybody there could use an extra $57,000 a year. Would that make a difference in some people's lives to have that money coming in, whether you had a job or a full-time commitment every day or not, right? This is a residual product. Regional marketing director, that's where I said, if I'm making $132,000 a year, I certainly don't need a job. And remember how the residual component of this works. National marketing director, and then what they call international marketing director. I have my eye on this. I'm going to be here. It's a matter of time. As my mentor explained, you realize So just because you hit this level doesn't mean that the people that you've referred this to, who are referring to people, who are referring it to people, who are referring to people, just because you hit this level doesn't mean that stops. It actually will mature. And you can see here where some of the high-end commissions are, because they got to this level, but it didn't stop there. And that's where you see the high-level commissions are at $1.1 million a year. Now, I know I'm blowing some of you away with this, but with the industry we're in, with the product that we have that no one else has, with the training that's available, that you just follow the system, this is where I was just like, how long will it take me to get there? How soon can I have my freedom? How soon will I not have to worry about every client complaining about every issue and I got to deal with the problems, right? Guess if somebody has a question or problem, here's the 800 number for World Ventures. I can then, at this point, I know people who've worked this business, who built themselves up to a certain residual income and took the rest of their time off, came back in years later. This thing's about to explode with regard to when they're about to take the app we have is going to be available to the public. They're announcing sometime here in early January. Then it's gangbusters. Who knows and who can refer to the most people, because now there's direct competition for all the big guys that you see out there that they're going to, why would I do that when I can earn my way to a vacation? You paid for a vacation. Why would you do that? And that's what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. I would hope most of you now have a little bit of a light bulb going on. Carter, I need to learn more about this. You really should. If you don't, that's fine. That's totally fine. I want to work with, I want to help as many people as I can. Either way. That just means getting you some vacations at a super discount or earning your way to free vacations. Let's do that. But if you want to make a living so that you can buy back your freedom, my goal is to travel the world and talk to kids about my coma, about what I overcame. I start to well up thinking about it. But by now I have proven what the human is capable of, right? After the doctors wrote me off, told my parents that they would have to take care of me for the rest of my life. I'm not here to float through life. I'm here to change lives, and I'm going to do it. And now I have a means to share with people how to do it. Not just to tell them, believe in yourself, go chase your dreams. You can do anything you set your mind to. Get started today. That's what you got to do. Now I can say, here's what I believe you do it with. So I hope you join me. This is going to be huge. It's going to change a lot of lives. And with that, I'll show you quickly how you do so. Remember, if you refer 4 people, your membership fee goes away. If you end up referring 2 more and those people refer, as you can see here, a couple people themselves, you can easily hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, but you've only got 3 left, 3 to the right here in this illustration. Now you've got a total of $850. That's with your 3 left, 3 right, and a $200 cycle bonus. We'll talk about the deals, and then they will continue to help other people like you are, and spread the word here. Now that grows way beyond that, and I can go into all the details with you about where that goes beyond that and how quickly, and the great opportunity. I get to work directly with a couple of the top guys in the company. That is huge in an organization like this. But if you take a look here, this is another quick bonus, and I don't go into too much to overwhelm with the way the compensation works. But here's something every single month I have hit. And I had 2 weeks to do it the first month I got started, which is some 6-7 months ago. I had 2 weeks. They don't stop the middle of the month for me, right? I started in the middle of the month. I had 2 weeks to do this, but I quickly helped enough people. And I did this because gold sales are popular, but I was doing the platinum, so that gives you a little more credit. But in doing so, every month now, I count on the 15th of the month, a bonus of anywhere between $300 and $900. And by now that comes in every month, whether I want to work this thing or not, because that's the way it's built up. Because by now I have 40 friends and a whole long list of people that they have referred that are now part of this, because we see where this thing's going to grow to many, many, many hundreds of people, thousands of people, we believe, that will come through our team and our work. I just recently hit this senior rep. I did a little bit differently. I did it where we built a really strong team on one side. So I got that one up to 100. And then when I hit the 30 on my other team, you're just building 2 teams. That's it. Pretty simple. But when I hit that 30 I had 30 and then I had 100. That's why I'm very close to the next level, which you'll see here, which is 90-90. Because I already had my 100. Now I'm just getting that team of 30. And again, I haven't referred 180 people, but I'm close to having that many in my organization because I've got not even the 40 people that I've referred this to that are my personal friends. I've only got about 10 or 12 of them that are actually referring people. The other 25, 30 just said, sign me up, put me in, and I'm just going to sit here, cowboy, because I know you're going to build this thing like crazy, and I'll just join in later. But I don't want to miss all of these hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people you're going to bring in that I will get the opportunity to override, as they say. But here's how it works. And this made it really simple and clear for me. You have two teams. We'll call them two buckets to keep with the vacation theme here. But this is a slide that demonstrates the average monthly income. Some people will be higher, some people will be lower. But you can see I easily hit $600 a month, and I get much more than that actually with the bonuses because I'm working this pretty avidly. But that's just with 30 on one team and 30 on the other. Not 30 you brought in, but you refer to a couple who refer to a couple who refer to a couple, and that's how quickly, and you see I'm going gangbusters because I see the potential for this thing. I'm very close to 90-90. I don't know how many people out there could use an extra $1,300 a month, but that's pretty easy. That wasn't where the light bulb went on for me. 200. How many people could pay some bills every month if they had an extra $4,000 coming in every month? So the next number that used to be on the sheet talked about 500, and they gave a number there. They do limit you as a total each month. That is per month, ladies and gentlemen, at $150,000 a month. Okay, that blows a lot of people away. But I want you to think about where this thing will be when there's not 1 million members, but there's 3 million members, and just a few hundred of those would have been people that you referred in through somebody who referred some people who referred some people. But let me give you a quick illustration. I love this illustration because it was done by another guy in another industry with another company live on his presentation. But he talked about, and I want you to do the math with me on this. How quickly can you get to $4,000 a month doing it like this? And I remember I did this in 9 weeks. I had 20 of my friends that had decided to come join me on this. But let's just say you do that in a year, okay? In 1 year instead of a little over 2 months. At the end of 1 year, you've got 20 of your friends. Well, if the next year your 20 friends refer it to one person, then at the end of 2 years, you've now doubled, right? You've got 40. At the end of the third year, again, everyone has referred one person. Those first 20 referred their second person. The next new batch that came in referred their first. And so you've got now 80 people in your organization going at what I call this super, super slow pace route. I'm not going that way. I want to do this in months rather than years. At the end of 4 years, then you'll have 160. 5 years, 320. At the end of 6 years, if you go that slow, you'll have 640 people at that pace. None of those are guaranteed. I see that many times it actually goes a lot faster than that because not everybody there is going to just bring one person. A lot of people won't do anything, but you're going to have a few people that bring in a lot of people, and they bring in a lot of people. But at that level, you're over that 200. That's $4,000 a month coming in, whether you wake up or not, because you sat on this thing and worked on it at a super, super slow pace. And it took 6 years to get to that, at that super slow. Do that instead in 6 months, or even if it took a year. Wouldn't that change your life? So that's the illustration on the way I like to explain this to people about how part-time you can really do this. And who wouldn't want $4,000 a month coming in 6 years from now if it took that long? Would that change your life? And believe me, it's not going to stop at 4,000. So here it is again, ladies and gentlemen, the summary. Here are your memberships options. $25 a month for the basic, $99 one time. The gold, very popular, $50 a month and $200 one time. And then your platinum, $99 a month and $299 one time. Remember, each and every dollar that you put in is going towards a trip you're going to take anyway, and a trip that you now have access to that is at wholesale cost and instead of paying retail cost. Why would you not take advantage of this? There's no one, unless you absolutely refuse to ever travel and you absolutely refuse to help other people. Why would you not take advantage of this? It is an absolute no-brainer. Then you have, of course, when you refer 4 people, those numbers, that's all gone away. None of those costs are incurred anymore. It cost you that one-time fee. That went towards a trip anyway, and now you're getting that $100, $50, $25 every month for free. And that's if you stopped after you just referred it to 4 people who happen to maintain their membership. And then the other part, this is the part that makes it a no-brainer, especially if you understand the tax benefits of running your own business. Believe me, I write off my cell phone. I've got my own business for many years now. I write off my cell phone. I write off square footage in my house. I write off when I go to lunch or dinner or when I drive my car, because just about every meeting I'm going to is to go meet somebody and talk to them about my business. And now I can talk to them, just about everybody, about traveling, right? And so talk to your tax expert about the specifics with that. I am not a tax expert. I'm not giving you any advice there. I'm just saying there are some definite tax benefits that most people are aware of. But look at that. And it's a one-time charge of $99.95 for you now to own your own travel business, to give you your own website that you can send people to book their own travel when they want to just go to a hotel or go to get a flight to go somewhere. And now you have the ability to do that. So again, that fee is also waived after you get your 4 people, and it's done. So this booking your own app, using your own app to book, is already available to members. That is going to go to the public in January is the estimate they have. Think about what I just said there, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, there's 1 million people who can download this app and do all their planning, booking on their phone. In January, this thing goes to the public. The United States has about 330 million people. That's one of the 27 countries that this will be opened up to. Do you think I'm excited about being able to refer this to as many people I can? And I have friends in many different countries. It's easy to meet those people now because of the way the internet and the world is connected through social media. You'll be able to get all kinds of dining discounts. You'll be able to chat using this app to communicate, and the excitement that's going on with that. And here's kind of the game changer that just hit. These cards will be available in about 90 days, I was last told. They just ran a contest that I qualified for, and it was really simple, but you had to about 2.5 months worth of time. Believe me, I still found 8 more friends of mine after my 20, after my 30. I found 8. You had to refer after our last conference, which was in July, I believe, but before the end of September. 8 friends I referred to this. Now I get one of these cards for free. This card now allows me to take all of my debit cards, put them on one card, all my credit cards, consolidate them on one card. It's more secure than anything available in the market because it actually disables itself, turns off. It's got a blinking light on it. You can swipe, you can sign it in the air because it's got a technology to allow you to do that. It tracks, most importantly, your points. So people are going to get one of these cards from whoever has one just because they saw you standing there and you used it at the grocery store or the gym or the club or wherever it is. They want one of these cards from you. You say, sure, I got one in my pocket right here. Get it to them for whatever it costs. They're going to be super excited to have one. And then they start to get points that are tracked because of the affiliation we have with all the places that they already shop that are in our network. And then they see these points that they didn't even know were involved, giving them discounts on their next vacation. You're going to have people that want to join up to be a member with you just because you have this card in your hand. This is a game changer. We actually bought the company. There you see it's Next ID, and now this thing is going to change the way business is done. Get one of these cards. Talk to me more about this, and I'll give you more information about how the Fly card is exactly that, very fly. So here you are, ladies and gentlemen. That could be you. This is where I'm at. If you imagine that's the Cardinal Cowboy, Carter Rethwisch in the middle there, I could already fill up these positions. I counted this one time. And with all the friends of mine that won a vacation, the friends that they've referred in, and the friends that they've referred in. And it's not going to stop there. 3 months, 6 months later, this could be you. This could be you now earning a residual income that could pay some major bills. How many people could use an extra 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 bucks a month? How many people would it change their life if they didn't have to work every day? You got to spend the time you wanted to with your kids, with your family at home. Go visit family around the world. You're in the travel business for the love, right? This is where we can really impact people, ladies and gentlemen. So I say jump in, follow up with me. I expect anyone that is on this call, knows me personally, can connect with me, and I want to help you change the lives of as many people as you want to.
This thing's awesome, and most times we have a lot of people that want to get working with us started on this thing right away. So you can do that right here. We'll explain to you how in just a moment. For those of you who have more questions, that's certainly fine. We will answer those. We're going to answer those individually, so we'll share with you how you can do that. And at the same time, some people say that, hey, I'm just not interested, don't have time, whatever it is. Right now it's not a good fit for what you're looking into, to something to bring into your life to work on with your own personal set of circumstances. But if you know people, we're going to ask you to go to our little link on our website. This is for everybody on this call, on this webinar. You can go to this little link. Here it is. Ready? Write this down. It is needvacay.com. That'll forward you onto a page we've set up where you can share your information, share a friend's information, or gives you contact information there to get started working with us right away. That is needvacay.com. needvacay.com. Fill that out quickly and we'll get back to you right away. And there's a phone number on there for if you want to talk to somebody right away, you can call them on at that number too. Again, needvacay.com.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to end the call here and say thanks to all of you who have attended and spread the word. We're going to do a number of more calls and seminars like this. We have meetings all over. There's a number of them in town coming up this week, this weekend. They're going on all the time, face-to-face. These people obviously get it a lot better. The webinar makes it very easy to get them excited. But I want to meet with anybody that you know that wants to change some lives and set themselves on a path to freedom just as soon as you can. Appreciate your time, guys. Thanks a lot. Giddy up. We'll see you on the beaches of the world.